They say fear is the weapon of the weak. But what if the real power lies in wielding fear against the many to protect the few? Across continents, cracks are spreading in systems engineered not for service, but for control. Fear isn't just a tool, it's the blueprint. A whisper in the back of your mind, stay small, stay silent, resistance is pointless. But is it? Look to South Korea, where political chaos and martial law became shields for the elite, not the people. Leaders, entrusted to guide, instead weaponized authority to silence dissent and tighten their grasp. It's easy to dismiss as their problem, but isn't this everywhere? In governments, in corporations, in the quiet policies that decide who thrives and who suffers. It's not one country's story, it's the global blueprint of control. Closer to home, systemic violence hides behind profit margins and balance sheets. It's a kind of quiet violence, denying care, withholding dignity, trading futures for stock prices. The victims, too often invisible. Their pain isn't sensational enough to make headlines, but it's real. And every ignored injustice, every unchallenged act of greed strengthens the lie that this is just how things are. Here's what they hope you never realize. The math has never been in their favor. The many always outnumber the few. Their power doesn't come from strength. It comes from your silence. History shows that empires don't fall because they're weak. They fall because people finally stop believing the lie that nothing can change. But here's the catch. Change doesn't come from chaos. Those in power thrive on chaos. They want protests without purpose, rage without strategy. It's the chaos that lets them tighten their grip. What they fear isn't noise, it's unity. It's movements so precise, so intentional, they can't be dismissed. It's people asking questions so dangerous that the foundations of these systems begin to crack. So let's ask the dangerous questions. Who profits when we stay divided? Who thrives when fear keeps us apart? And what happens when we decide to stop playing by their rules? This isn't about pitchforks or riots. It's about resolve. It's about uniting to reclaim what's just, fair, and righteous. The power they hold isn't real. It's borrowed, propped up by the silence of the many. And when we stop accepting fear as our story, those structures, no matter how mighty they seem, will crumble. The time to act is now. Not with rage, but with courage. Not alone, but together. Because the greatest fear of those who hoard power is the moment when we realize it was ours all along. It's not just about dismantling systems. It's about building a world where humanity triumphs over greed, and leadership serves the people, not profits. So, will you let fear define you, or will you rise with purpose? Every whisper of courage, every question asked, every truth revealed, it all adds to the cracks in the foundations of oppression. And one day soon, those cracks will bring it all crashing down.